But again, if you decide to stay with somebody that you don't trust, you really, really need to put all into it and lay back a little bit, because if not, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Si realmente deciden quedarse con una persona al cual no confían, estén listos para cruzar las piernas y relajarse y dejar fluir todo, o sea, darle realmente una segunda oportunidad, porque si no lo hacen, se van a volver locos y en vez de ser una relación positiva va a ser un infierno. Entonces, si realmente no estás preparado para dejar atrás lo que sea que haya pasado que te causó que tú no confiaras más en esa persona, no sigas porque va a ser terrible. Hola Jenny. Muchos padecen de cáncer. ¿Cómo afrontar la enfermedad? Hola Jonathan, bienvenido. Qué pregunta, que me la pusiste difícil. Mira, no hablemos del cáncer, hablemos de enfermedades en particular. El cáncer sí es un asco, es creo que una de las enfermedades número 1 hoy en día y que se está llevando a mucha gente también joven. No hay edad para el cáncer, no hay estatus social para el cáncer, o sea, no le toca a cualquiera y en cualquier momento. Lo que sí puede haber mucho más posibilidades, digamos, de adquirir este tipo de enfermedades. Depende a la dieta y depende, la dieta, pues vamos a hablar también de la dieta, vamos a hablar de la, ¿cómo sería? Los genes, ¿no? O sea, si es algo de familia. O el número 1 que te podría decir, las acciones y la negatividad que puedas haber absorbido en algún momento u otro, porque el cáncer de por sí, si no es algo genético, es algo que se genera a través de energías negativas. Podríamos decir que es como que el cuerpo empieza a absorber negatividades y tarde o temprano esas negatividades, que son como unas burbujitas, ¿no? O salpiques, se juntan y es como que forman lo que uno ve en un X-ray o en una placa, que sería como esa esfera de cancerígena. Que la esfera cancerígena en realidad empieza siendo energía negativa, se forma en una bola y afecta, digamos, una célula, ¿no? O una parte de algún órgano. Entonces empieza como energía y cuando se forma maligno y realmente empieza a actuar ante el cuerpo, es donde se genera, podríamos decir como que la célula podrida o negra o el órgano ya dañado, y en ese caso pues ya no se puede hacer nada al respecto. Entonces la energía positiva es extremadamente importante para poder sobrepasar ese tipo de enfermedades, porque todo depende, ¿no? O sea, si estás en una etapa donde recién está empezando, pues puede ser hasta que la positividad te ayude hasta disipar esas esferitas, como ha pasado con mucha gente, o si ya estás en una etapa donde ya es algo físico, que ya no es energético, pues entonces tenerla más, tu trabajo es generar positividad, o sea, tener la más cantidad de energía positiva como para poder hacer que tu cuerpo sea suficientemente fuerte para poder combatir esa enfermedad. Entonces, si te dejas llevar por depresión, si te dejas llevar por, pues, ¿para qué seguir luchando? ¿No? ¿De qué sirve esto y lo otro? Lo único que estás haciendo es como que alimentando esa enfermedad para que siga creciendo. Entonces, la mente, acuérdate siempre que la mente es el órgano, yo siempre digo, más importante de todo el cuerpo, y es el que genera energía todo el tiempo, ¿no? En realidad. Entonces, si tú no estás teniendo pensamientos positivos, tampoco estás ayudando mucho a esa causa. Algo que también pues he leído bastante y tengo personas que lo han estado tomando y han tenido buenos resultados, es el MMS, que es el Miracle, se llama, creo que, clorito de sodio. Búscalo en internet, te lo recomiendo, hay miles de testimonios. Solamente pues me doy la cara a recomendarlo a personas que realmente tienen cáncer. O sea, no lo tomen si no tienen nada. Hay gente que lo toman y no tiene nada y dicen, pero por las dudas, porque no es así. Pero sí, un gran porcentaje de personas que han tenido cáncer han tomado el MMS y se han curado. Entonces, aparentemente lo que hace es como que alcalinizar el cuerpo y matar todo lo que es ácido, podríamos decir. Entonces, bueno, búscalo, empápate bien, si quieres te mando información. Creo que estás en Uruguay, no sé si en Uruguay lo venden, pero en Argentina creo que sí, te lo mandan por correo. Es bastante interesante. Pero bueno, digamos, remedio número 1, tu positividad. Remedio número 1, tu energía, tu mente, tu estado de ánimo y el tener fuerza para luchar. O sea, hay miles de casos de personas con cáncer y también, por supuesto, depende, siempre hay excepciones y depende de lo fuerte que les agarran, pues siempre notas de que en las personas que realmente pusieron todo el optimismo para salir adelante con esa enfermedad, terminaron bien y hasta nunca les volvió. Entonces, bueno, y además, pues no sé qué edad tienes, pero sin importar la edad que tengas, pues podríamos decir como que un tropiezo, una piedra en el camino al cual tienes que, pues bueno, te cortaste al caminar y ahora tienes que saltarla y luego ya se cura. Pero sí, aférrate mucho a la familia, a los amigos, personas que te hacen feliz, que te hacen sonreír. Te diría que hasta alejarte de las personas. Dice que hay gente cuando tú estás enfermo que es todo lo contrario, como que vienen y, ay, pobrecito, te pasó tal cosa, y quieres agarrar y tirarles con algo porque dices, ya estoy de mal genio, ya estoy como deprimido, y encima vienen como que a tirarte más pena, y lo último que uno quiere cuando está mal es que alguien darle pena a otra persona. Entonces, sé muy franco con personas así, de decirle, mira, no me digan de pobrecito, si no me he muerto, yo sigo acá. Entonces, como que ignoren el tema, que no te lo mencionen constantemente. O sea, tú tienes que seguir tu vida por ese momento y tomarlo con el mayor positivismo posible, y ya casi como podríamos decir convencido de que vas a salir adelante, y imaginarte como la ley de la atracción, que ya estás sano, que estás haciendo deporte, que estás haciendo todo lo que te encanta hacer, y hasta te diría que tener una motivación al final como para luchar por ese momento es súper importante. O sea, por ejemplo, si a ti te gusta hacer, no sé, si siempre te gustó estudiar algo y terminar siendo de chef o terminar siendo de pintor, o estás enamorado, o sea, ponte como una meta mental en decir, bueno, voy a luchar por eso porque me veo pues viajando por el mundo, me veo casándome con tal persona, o me veo, y a veces esas metas son justamente como que la gasolina, podríamos decirte, ¿no? De que todos los días cuando te levantas, pues te dan la fuerza para seguir adelante. Es súper importante tener metas. Y si no las tienes, empieza a hacerlas. Empieza a hacerlas, olvídate de que tienes eso, y ponte las inspiraciones. Diría eso, inspiración. All right, so another thing that we were talking about, Jenny, a lot of people suffer from cancer. How do we confront that illness? You know what? I think it's extremely important, your positivity. I mean, talking about cancer or any other kind of problem or illness, I guess you could say, let's begin with the root, right? If it's not genetic, it's something that was caused because of the food, something that was caused because of your way of life, but it always starts via energy. So we all have genetics in us, right? We are all, for example, I have a tendency of diabetes, right? So I know that if I help that tendency, because I eat a lot of sweets, which I do, by the way, no, you know what I'm saying, like moderating them, there you go, you're more likely to get it. So if you know that you have a genetic of your family of breast cancer, or family of specific type of cancer, or any kind of other illness, make sure that you're not feeding that, so that sooner or later, tomorrow, it's going to happen to you. So do everything possible. Actually look up your genetics and see what it is that you can do to prevent it. Okay, eat healthy, be positive, etc. Another thing, every single illness usually starts via a energy sphere, I guess we could call it. So if you are a person that you're going through life being a negative person, nobody likes you, you yell at everybody, you treat everybody bad, etc., then you're getting to the point where it's almost like through your life, since you're a teenager and forward, or even since you're a kid, if you've had traumatic situations happen, you start absorbing these like sprinkles of energy, right? Like little bits and pieces here and there, but all of that sprinkling, right, of negativity that you've generated or that you've absorbed from people around you, the older you get, the more it starts kind of bobbling in together. It's kind of like oil, you know, like let's say you get sprinkled by oil and it kind of finds each other, right? And then it unites in one. So imagine these negative energy spheres inside of your body. Really little, because we all have some kind of negativity inside of us, because maybe we ran into somebody today that was in a super bad mood and they just released all their problems on us, and bloop, there you go. And then you have a little bit more negativity than yesterday, because every day you add more and more if you're not doing anything to cleanse that, okay? Or if you're not taking the time to center yourself, or to go to the beach, or to walk even barefoot, etc. Okay, there's many things that you could do to actually discharge that negativity. So you get to this specific age, not specific, you get to, the older you get, the more of these energies get together, and they create, sooner or later, especially if you're stressed out, these energy spheres, which are cancers. So that's when you see in this X-ray, or it's not an X-ray actually, you see when you go to the doctor and they tell you, oh, you have, this is what you see a tumor. So when cancer is usually in the first phase, before it's actually, let's say, damaged a cell, or before it's damaged an organ because it grabbed into a specific organ, it's still energetic and it can still be treated via energy. So meaning you can have those so-called miracles where if you focus all of your positive energy into getting rid of that, and I guess in a way we could say making them disappear. If they're very new, it'll happen. I promise you, because not with everybody, but like I said, how do you know if they're very new? How do you know if they're still in that energy phase? So a lot of people have done this, and a lot of people have seen results with it, where they have focused the energy towards getting rid of that, and maybe they had a couple of, you know, cancerous cells, but 2 or 3 of them disappeared, and they only have 2 left because maybe those were stronger. So it's worth a shot, you know. But at the same time, positive energy in general, I mean, if you are in a situation of illness, if the one thing that can cure you is your positivity, the one thing that can make you better, even if you have to go through treatments or whatever, is your positivity, is your positive energy. Because the one thing that can kill you is your pessimism, is your negativity. If you get depressed, if you get sad, if you get lonely, you know, if you start cursing out life, etc., you're gonna get to that point where you're just gonna say, you know, screw it. You're going to absorb more negativity, and it's just going to get worse. So the worst thing that you could do is get down with the illness. Sounds like a song. Down with the sickness. There you go. That was a song. That's the worst thing you could do. So make sure that you're keeping that in mind and you're staying optimistic. Now, how do you do this, right? You're going through an illness. How do you stay positive? How do you stay optimistic? It's so difficult. The people that surround you 100% help. Do not allow anybody that comes near you to say, oh, I feel so bad for you. Are you okay? You know, poor this, poor that, and like that pity you. The worst thing you can have is people around you that pity you, because all that does is bring you down. And you're not dead yet. You still have a lot to go. You still have a lot to fight through. So make sure that you're staying optimistic, you're staying positive, and you're telling that to the people that are near you. So if you have family members that are coming over and saying, oh, this and that, say, listen, hey, I'm still here. I don't need this. You know, I've already have enough on my plate to fight through the situation, to being positive and optimistic, and I don't need more. You know, I don't need pittiness, because all it's going to do is going to bring me down. So if I were to tell you something, if I was in your shoes, I would totally ignore the illness. Meaning, yes, go to the doctor, do every treatment that you have to do, but mentally ignore it. You know, in the sense that when you're not at the doctor, or when you're not in treatment, you're not thinking about it. Don't think, what am I going to do? You know, get everything ready just in case. You know, everybody does this at some point, right? Like if you were to pass away tomorrow, make sure you have everything ready. You know who you're going to give your personal things to, you know who you're going to leave your inheritance to, etc. And once you have your will and everything set, you know, because, hey, you could be healthy today and you might not be here tomorrow because of an accident. So you don't necessarily have to be ill for that. Once you have all that set, then you've taken, you know, that week or that month to think and think and think and think, and then just let it go. And just continue to live where you wake up and you say, okay, I'm ill, but you know what? I'm breathing. I'm still here. So let me live the best that I can in these days, right? Like, let me wake up and be thankful that I'm still alive, and do everything maybe that you weren't doing before now. A lot of people actually take the time to, not take the time, sorry, but a lot of people actually go through, when they have cancer, when they have a type of illness, it's almost like it saved them because they were so caught into their job, they were so caught into their regular life that they forgot to live. And when they get ill and they think they're going to die, they start living again, you know? So it's like, oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to stress about work that much anymore. It's not that important. I'm going to be more time with my family. I'm going to be more optimistic, etc.